Good evening, all of my viewers. Today I present one video. Those who are aspirant candidates, आप लोग जो सब कैंडिडेट है कॉमर्स में आप लोग बैचलर्स डिग्री ऑब्टेन किया है, मास्टर्स किया है, एमबीए का डिप्लोमा किया है और एमबीए डिग्री ऑब्टेन किया है. You have been called for interview as an accounts trainee or junior accountant. कंसिडरिंग द फैक्ट्स आपको ये समझना पड़ेगा कि आपको कुछ एक्सपीरियंस नहीं आया, बट आपको थियोरेटिकल नॉलेज आपको होना चाहिए. नाउ इफ यू हैव बीन कॉल्ड for the post of the accounts trainee junior accountant in a multinational organization or a small private company or any company. So normally what are the probable questions can be asked by the interviewer? कौन कौन क्वेश्चन आपको आना चाहिए. प्लीज डोंट गेट नर्वस. वट एवर यू नो यू टेल यस, एंड वट एवर यू डोंट नो you should not you tell no. Sir, I do not know, but in future I will learn if I get some training. There should not be any scope for negativity of this interview. नेगेटिव होना नहीं चाहिए, आपको ऑलवेज पॉजिटिव में बात करना चाहिए. तो आइए देखिए आपको इंटरव्यू में सक्सेस होने के लिए आपको क्या क्या क्वेश्चन ये लोग पूछने सकता है. फर्स्टली दे मे आस्क व्हाट इज द गोल्डन रूल्स ऑफ बुक कीपिंग. व्हाट विल बी योर आंसर. आंसर इज दैट देयर आर थ्री टाइप्स ऑफ golden rules of bookkeeping. One is personal account. What is this formula? Debit is the receiver and credit is the giver. Real account, debit what comes in, credit what goes out. Third, nominal account. All expenses and losses are debit, all incomes and gains are credit. Now they may ask, can you give some examples? If it, because you know theoretically, so वो लोग आपको जो इंटरव्यूअर क्वेश्चन कर रहा था जो आप एग्जाम्पल बताओ, उन्होंने आपको बोला है पेड सैलरी टू द स्टाफ 1000 rupees. What will be the entries? You observe that here salary is the expenses, it is the nominal account. What is the nominal account rule says? All expenses and losses will be debited. All expenses are debit. That means salary will be debited and salary will be paid by cash or bank. Cash or bank, if you remember real account formula, debit what comes in and credit what goes out. Now here your money is being डिडक्टेड फ्रॉम आवर बैंक अकाउंट. बैंक अकाउंट से मनी चल जा रहा है और कैश अकाउंट से हमारा मनी निकल जा रहा है. तो व्हाट विल बी द एंट्री. सैलरी अकाउंट डेबिट टू बैंक. अभी यार दूसरा एग्जांपल भी आप देने सकता है जो आपको पूछने सकता है कि हाउ यू मेक एंट्री of purchase of an assets of furniture worth. अब क्या कीजिएगा. what will be the entry? What will be the entry? Furniture account debit what comes in. Furniture is an assets, it is coming to the business and cash is going out. Both are real account. Cash is going out. Now any that interviewer can ask, sold goods to X company on credit 10,000 rupees. What will be your answer for double entry system of bookkeeping? What will be the entries? X will be debited. X is the receiver receiving the materials, for that purpose is debited. X is debited and sales is credited. Sales is nominal account. All incomes are credited. I think you are clear for this. If you have any queries, comments, you can ask me. I will reply. Another thing may, second question may ask, that is, what is original books of entries or primary books of entries? These things are very necessary. What is original books of entries? What is primary books of entries? Primary books of entries, where the transactions are being recorded primarily. This is the main funda, where the transactions are recorded primarily. Like cash book, if cash is incurred, primary transaction is being recorded in cash book. Now, if you want to purchase goods on credit, if you purchase the goods on credit, where you have to record purchase book. If you sell the goods in a month, 30 number of sales transactions have been happened. So this will be coming under the category of sales book. Then purchase return book or debit note book. Purchase return book किसको बोलता है? Purchase return when the customer is not satisfied the quality of the materials, they can return the materials to the supplier. So in this case, what entries will be passed? What entries will be passed? Purchase account will be credited and some creditors will be debited. Now journal daybook. Before journal daybook, another books will be is there, credit note or sales return book. Whenever you sells the goods to the parties, तो पार्टी आपको कुछ माल आपको रिटर्न दिया है, तो आप कैसे किया, कहाँ पर इसको एंट्री करिएगा? सेल्स रिटर्न बुक में. व्हाट विल बी द एंट्रीज? Party will be credited means only debtors will be credited and sales will be debited. Another is that journal voucher. Journal voucher is very important. What you tell, the journal voucher definition, journal daybook, the the five examples I have given: cash book, bank book, purchase book, sales book, debit note, credit note book. If any adjustment is required, if any amounts to be rectified, if any you have given the wrong codes, so that can be rectified through the journal. Suppose you have paid wages to the workers, but instead of debiting wages, you have debited repairs and maintenance account. So that is wrong. So you have to how you rectify the entry. That to rectify the entry, journal is necessary. Now, what will be the journal? Wages account debit, repairs and maintenance account will be credited. It is clear. If any comments are there, you can write always. I will accept. I will welcome the comments and I will answer. Now, third question they may ask, why ledger is called king of books, king of all books? Why ledger is called? So, what will be your answer? Ledger is the individual accounts. Ledger shows the individual accounts balance. In day books, you have to post that all accounts, sales, purchase, rent, wages, salary, etc. is going into the different account. That is called ledger. So that we can know how much amount we have incurred in this account and how much balance we are having. That is called ledger. And from the ledger is the foundation of the preparation of balance sheet. Simply ledger is representing the individual account where individual accounts balance are maintained. In day books you cannot maintain the balance. That is the main thing. From day book you have to post to the ledger accounts. Now the question may come, why preparation of trial balance is necessary. I know everybody you know what is trial balance. Preparation of trial balance is necessary to see that all debit and credit entries have been taken care. If we miss any entry, it will not, it will defer the trial balance. That means trial balance is not an account, it will prove the arithmetical accuracy of the bookkeeping. The account which we have debited and the same amount has been credited to another account. If this is done correctly, trial balance must be tallied. Hope you have understood my point. Now, some questions they may ask you, what is Sunday debtors? Who is Sunday debtors? In a business, in a business organization, in an industry, goods are sold to the customers on goods are sold to the customers on credit. The Sunday debtors are those which the company has supplied the goods. That is called Sunday debtors. That means Sunday debtors has to pay money to the company for receiving the supplies worth. What is Sunday creditors? Sunday creditors होता है जब हम लोग माल परचेस कर रहा है दूसरा कंपनी से। 30 तो कंपनी है, हम लोग माल परचेस किया है और 30 को कंपनी का जो बैलेंस है उसको ही बोलता है संडे क्रेडिटर्स। संडे क्रेडिटर्स इज अ लायबिलिटी, वी हैव टू पे द अमाउंट टू द संडे क्रेडिटर्स। व्हाट इज रिसीवेबल एंड व्हाट इज पेएबल? रिसीवेबल किसको बोलता है? रिसीवेबल इज दैट द मनी व्हिच वी रिसीव फ्रॉम द supply receiver. That is called, if I sell goods to the party for 10,000 rupees, the party will give me 10,000 rupees. So that is called receivable. What is payable? Payable means I have purchased the goods on credit from X. So X is payable to me. So I have to owe to X. I have to pay to the money to the X. That is called the Sunday creditors. Payable account. Another thing is that they may ask why bank reconciliation is necessary. Why? Bank reconciliation, why it is necessary? Bank reconciliation, your answer will be bank reconciliation is necessary. That for a particular day, bank balance of our books and bank book may be deferred. It must be deferred because what is the reasons for bank reconciliations? They can ask you, give me 2 3 examples. First examples you can give check issued to the customers but not presented for payment. It is one of the basic reasons for bank reconciliation. Check issued to the customers but not presented by the bank. In this case, your bank book and cash book will be deferred. Another is the check deposited by us but not credited by bank, but or check deposited by the customer but not credited by the bank. It is also the reasons for reconciliation. Suppose another example, so many examples I can give. Bank charges debited by bank but not credited in the books. Sometimes banks are debited our account for bank charges, interest, etc. So bank debited our books, but are not showing credit to the bank. So we have to ask from the bank, that is, you give me the bank advice to incorporate the entry in our books of accounts. Is that Bank reconciliation is necessary for the purpose of this bookkeeping, for the accounting method, that a person withdraw the cash rupees 5,000 for company's purpose. Bank has already entered the money. As soon as the cash is withdrawn for the bank has recorded the transaction. But in the company, it has been recorded. It is being recorded in the next day. On that particular day, bank balance as per our book and bank balance as per bank book will be varied. Now, question may come: what is overdraft? In bank transaction, it is very much important. What is overdraft? Overdraft means that is the negative balance in the bank book as well as in our book. Suppose our accounts has been showing 1000 rupees minus in bank book. That is called overdraft. Now for this purpose bank reconciliation is necessary. This is all the primary questions. Now from the that may ask, what is the concept of in drawer, drawee and pay? Suppose what will be your answer? Who is drawer? Who is drawer? Who is drawee? And who is pay? Drawer is the person who writes the check, who issues the checks is called drawer. Who is drawee? What is drawee? In which bank drawer gives the check? That is called drawee. Suppose you have issued a check from your bank account, HDFC. In this case, HDFC is the drawee and you are the drawer. And who is payee? The person to whom you have issued the checks. Suppose you have issued the checks to X. So X is here the payee. This is the very common questions. Now they may ask, what is the difference between trial balance and balance sheet? What is the difference between trial balance and balance sheet? Trial balance is not an account. Your answer will be trial balance is not an account. Trial balance proves the arithmetical accuracy of the bookkeeping. Balance sheet shows the financial statement of the concern. From there itself, direct management can take various decisions where finance has to be invested, where expenses has to be curtailed. It is various information and useful information provided by the balance sheet about the company's operations. This is the basic difference between trial balance and balance sheet. Now, from the aspect of taxation matter, they may ask you, because you don't know the practical, they may ask you, what is GST? When it was introduced? GST was introduced in the year 2017, 1st July. GST is the goods and service tax. Goods and service tax. The rate of the GST is uniform all the world, is uniform all over India. Rate of GST on a particular goods. So suppose they will ask you, what is output tax? What is output tax? What will be your answer? You sell the goods to X, 10,000 rupees. So you have to collect 18% GST. So IGST or CGST, whatever the case may be, you have to tell that output tax is the tax collected by us, which is being paid by our customers, and in turn will deposit the tax to the government department, GST department. What is input tax credit? It is output tax, you know. What is input tax? Input tax means the goods you are purchasing and you are paying GST to the supplier, and GST, that GST in your books, it is called input tax. So how to arrive the final GST liability? They can ask you how to arrive the final GST liability. Suppose how to arrive final GST liability, what will be your answer? Suppose output tax is you have collected output tax 1000 rupees per 1000 rupees in a month, and you have paid to the suppliers 800 rupees GST to the to your supplier. So what is the difference? You have paid 800 rupees and collected 1000 rupees. What is the difference? 1000 minus 800 is equal to 200. That amount has to be paid to the GST department or government of India. 200 rupees. It is called GST liability. They may ask you what are the various forms used in GST, various return forms used in GST. So normally you should know what is the GST. First thing is that GSTR 1. GSTR 1 is that where all your sales is being recorded and to be filed before the GST authority. Where all the sales will be recorded and how indicating how much GST you have collected. That is called GSTR 1 and it has to be filed to the government department within the stipulated period. Now another is that GSTR 3B. This is the most 3B. 3B is the statement that is how much you have collected the tax from the supplier, that is output tax, and how much tax you have paid to the supplier. It is called input tax. You have paid the tax to your supplier, and you have collected the tax from your customer. So GSTR 3B is the consolidated statement of GSTR 1 and GSTR 3B. What is GSTR 2B? They may ask what is GSTR 2B. GSTR 2B shows that whatever purchases you have made from your suppliers, that will be represented there in GSTR 2B. Suppose you have purchased the goods on 4th April from XYZ and Company, New Delhi for 1 lakh rupees. So that will be reflected in GSTR 2B. That such and such parties name, PAN number, GST number, amount, input tax or output input IGST or input CGST, SGST, that will be reflected. That means whatever purchases you have made from the supplier that will reflect on your GSTR 2B. On the basis of GSTR 2B, 3B has to be made because whatever GSTR 2B shows, that is our purchase. That the company made purchase from the supplier. That is the main thing. Now, what is TDS? What is the full form of TDS? They may ask. Tax deducted source. So, when tax has to be collected, they can tell you when tax has to be collected. TDS has to be collected. TDS has to be collected. TDS has to be collected at the time of making payment to the recipient. It is the liability of the service receiver to deduct the TDS from the contractor's bill. Suppose contractor has made the bill of service, bill the labor charges for rupees 30,000. You have to deduct tax, TDS at source at specified percentage. In this case, if its turnover is exceeding, if the transaction is exceeding 1.1 lakhs per annum, you have to deduct 1%. Here there are two types of fan. In case of companies, you have to deduct 2%. In other than companies, you have to deduct 1%. This TDS is very, very important for this purpose. So this is the simple things they can ask you. आपको इसको जानकारी होना चाहिए। टीडीएस आप जब बुक करिएगा, जब आपको पास बिल आएगा तभी आप टीडीएस को बुक करिएगा। टीडीएस इज द लायबिलिटी, बिकॉज आप गवर्नमेंट का अमाउंट आप काट के रखा है सप्लायर्स का बिल से। सो टीडीएस शोइंग द लायबिलिटी is a liability, and liability has to be paid to the government department. When TDS has to be paid to the government? By 7th of the following month। 7 तारीख का अंदर TDS जमा करने पड़ेगा, 7th of the following month। When GSTR 1 has to be submitted, they can tell us, they can ask you the question when GSTR 1 has to be submitted. GSTR 1 has to be submitted by 11th of the following month। When GST 3B has to be filed before the portal, GST portal, this can be filed by 22nd of the following month, 20th of the following month. Sometimes they are giving relaxation extension 22nd, 23rd, but normal rule is that by 28th of the following month you have to submit the GST. This is the main thing. The primary questions they can ask you these things, theoretical. It is all theoretical, I have telling. But in the next date, I will discuss with you, that is the how to develop your interview skills for senior accountant post. If you like my channel, you can subscribe my channel and share my channel, and of course don't forget to make comments on my comments box. Thank you very much.